free agents that are happening right now. Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Kemba Walker, Jimmy Butler, more likely to not go anywhere.
All right, so I'm going to rank them for you, okay?
Okay.
But I'm going to start with the number one guy. The number one guy, and this may surprise some people, Kawhi Leonard. Yeah. I think Kawhi Leonard.
Countdowns usually start from the bottom to number one.
I know, but I'm working my way backwards.
You're no Casey Kasem.
Exactly. We're not reaching for the stars. You're keeping your feet on the ground. Okay. I'm going Kawhi Leonard number one because that's the video that they had ready. So Kawhi Leonard is number one. I think. Look, Masai Ujiri's already said he's staying. Right.
Yeah.
Marcus Gasol has opted in because he wants to compete for a championship. And I think that there's an aspect to this that no one's talking about is his contract situation. Not only can he gets to run it back, he's the king of the North, all that stuff, but Kawhi Leonard has only been in the league for 8 years. He needs to get to 10 years of service to get the KD contract, the largest max possible, which is 35% of the salary cap. Right now, Kawhi's at 30% of the salary cap, and that's the difference of like $8 or $9 million per year at least. Wow. So if you're Kawhi, it's smart to sign a short-term deal with what you know could be a sure thing because you already know those guys. You've got that chemistry, you got that camaraderie. So Kawhi's number one. Jimmy Butler's number two. I know the Rockets are hot on him, but Philly is not trying to cooperate. Woj had a story today about how the Rockets may have to try to deal these guys, Capella and Tucker and Gordon individually to try to create the cap space for Jimmy Butler because Philly's like, yeah, I don't know. We don't want to help you. We're good. Yeah. Like, we want to keep Jimmy ourselves. Mm-hmm. And then I would go Kemba, and then KD's gone, man.
He's gone,
yeah. I think he's gone.
More likely to strike out.
Oh, come on.
Are you talking Nets, Clippers, or Knicks?
I mean, this is easy. And, I almost feel bad rubbing it in the way I'm going to rub it in. But it's clearly the Knicks, okay? I actually think, and I'll tell you where I think that the guys that were supposed to go to the Knicks will go shortly. But it just seems like all the intel, all the reporting says that the Knicks are going to strike out here because Kyrie Irving, who was a guy that people thought would go to New York and play for the Knicks and maybe team up with Kevin Durant, seems to be inclined to play for the Nets because I don't think people took into account that Kyrie didn't love dealing with the media in Boston because the Boston media, much like in New York, can be piranhas.
Right.
And you guys know this, you're New York guys, the Knicks coverage is going to be different than the Nets coverage.
Oh, yes. More likely. Signing a third star or just filling out the roster?
See, this is interesting. I would say that if Kawhi, for whatever reason, doesn't go to Toronto and doesn't want to go to the Clippers, I think if you're the Lakers, if Kawhi's willing to come and play with Anthony Davis and LeBron.
Is there a part of him that may say, hey, let me play with two other superstars, chill out, and win again?
Now, that's possible. I don't believe that to be the case.
Why, though? He has nothing to prove, right? He wouldn't be third trumpet or fiddle or whatever instrument you like because he's already the guy.
Right. But playing with LeBron is different, okay? Yeah. And I think that the reality is the orbit around LeBron is so big that, yeah, maybe he sucks that away from you a little bit, but you're still on the Lakers. You're getting all the attention. And part of me believes that he doesn't love the attention or the focus solely on him all the time.
Right.
But it's still the Lakers. There's enough attention for everybody on the Lakers. Back in the day when they were winning championships, Derek Fisher's getting attention.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the reality of playing for the Lakers. And he would be slotted in as the second or third guy behind LeBron or maybe even behind AD. And because he doesn't have anything to prove, he's got to be more like, I don't know if I need those guys. Now, I think if they did get together, it would be unbelievable. It might be the best trio we've ever seen.
Right.
It might be a super duper mega team, like Damon Jones called it on Get Up this morning. So I think that there are advantages to that. But if they don't get Kawhi or if they don't get Kyrie, who also, let's face it, has a history with LeBron. They won a championship together. If it's not any of those two guys, then just build out the roster. Go get me Darren Collison to play point guard. Go get me Seth Curry to shoot the ball. Go get me Danny Green to play 3 and D. Go fill out the roster with the most available depth possible.
More likely to win free agency when all is said and done?
Wow. Man, that is a great question. I would say the Nets. The Nets are probably the team because I think Kyrie's going there, and I think Kyrie and KD seem to be a pair. They met at the All-Star break. We saw that video of them talking about max cap space, right? Shortly after the All-Star break, they both went to Miami together to hang out. Those two guys seemed to be joined together, and maybe not at the hip per se, but they seem to be in sync with each other. Rich Kleiman who is KD's guy, used to be Rock Nation. Okay.
Yep.
Kyrie signed with Rock Nation. KD's surgery was performed by the Nets surgeon.
So you're telling me in a year, the Nets will have KD and Kyrie?
Yeah.
Kyrie keeps it warm for a year?
Right.
Yeah. Connect all those dots. Right. They're already a playoff team. You put Kyrie there. They renounce D'Angelo Russell. KD gets to rehabilitate with the doctor that performed his surgery already. Look, you put all those pieces together, and I think the Nets can end up being the next super team in the Eastern Conference
basically-
in a year from now.